Hi.
Hi. Do you have a most memorable bomb?
Yes. This is the funny one. They're always in front of old people in Florida. But they're from years ago, because now I know how to do them. But when I was learning, they were brutal. Because I did like the Century Villages. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And oh my God, I opened for the Platters. Like, who are like the kids of the Platters. Like, they're like 20. And they're like, we were here. I was like, crazy. This isn't the story, but like, I opened at like all the Century Villages, and they were like, we'll have you do 30 minutes on each show. By the like the sixth one, I was doing like a minute and a half. They're like, could you just stand there and introduce the Platters? Like, I bombed so bad. But this is funny, I'll tell you quick. I did a show in this huge venue at University of South Florida. I don't even know where the fuck it was, but it was like 2,500 seats. And like, again, they were I mean, it took that, they came at like 2 p.m. for an 8 p.m. show, because everyone had a walker or I was in the back watching. It was literally, I took a nap watching. It was they were like, Norman, where's the seat? Like, just so many conversations about where everyone was. I can't sit on the end seat. Where's the wheelchair gonna go? Like, just unbelievable, the conversations about where it's not close enough to the restroom. Sylvia needs to sit there. She just had surgery. Just on and on and on about where everyone was gonna sit. And like 300 people showed up to a 2,500. Now, to make it worse, it was a matinee. Just listen to how bad this is. This is a shiva. We're talking about a shiva. This is not even a comedy show. So there's 300 people, 2,500 seats. Okay, so it looked like just a pebble dropped in the middle of a canyon of Jews, just old of hair, just gray. It looked like a mothball, just a fucking mothball. So listen to who comes to the show. My Jappy friends from my Jewish sorority, University of Maryland, who are like, we're so excited to see you. We've never seen you just stand up, and you're gonna kill it. And I'm like, no, this is gonna be the worst show I ever did. And this is not the show you should come see me at. You need to come see me at the Miami Improv, because I'm gonna rip the room apart. But this is gonna be, you're gonna watch me eat my ass. Like, this is gonna be by far the worst show. I'm like, no way, you can't. I've seen your videos. You're gonna kill. So, I knew I was gonna be mortified. And they all had like their ear, like, seriously, don't talk about yourself like that. So then my grandmother was bringing like 11 people from her development. And she's like, you better do well. I'm bringing 11 people from Hunter's Run. And don't embarrass me, all right? I need you to do well. These are my new friends from Mahjong. I'm like, okay, then just don't give me Hanukkah money this year, because it's really not gonna go well. Like, I knew it. Then, this is the best. Sarah Silverman calls me, and she's like, my father's coming to your show. Because I care what Sarah thinks, okay? Because she's been around longer, and she's like, he's gonna think you're so funny. I'm like, Sarah, I'm doing a show, a matinee, for 7 people in an arena at Yankee Stadium. I'm doing 7. There's 7 people coming who are in a coma to a show. Okay, now I know this story's long. The girl who, it's all Jews. Let's just talk about, I'm very real. The girl who's hosting the show, who's the first of all, it's a woman. Anytime a woman performs for older Jew, they're like, why is a woman doing the show? She should be home in the kitchen making a brisket. The woman that hosted was Indian. Just listen. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And she was in a wheelchair because her leg broke. So you think old Jews... It's horrible. She must be in pain. She's in a wheelchair. So someone wheels her out. This gets better and better. Wheels her out to the microphone. So she's in a chair. And she's like telling jokes. And not one, you just hear, that's it. For 15... in a wheelchair with her leg up in a cast. Straight. Okay? And she's like, what's wrong with you guys? And they're all just like this. Okay? Nothing. Then there's 3 guys on. Of course, I go last. None of them will follow me at this. I'm like, you guys have to put me on earlier because you can't. I'm a woman. I cannot go on last after 3 Jewish guys because they're gonna laugh at you guys because you're men, and then me. Okay? They all go up and do okay. When a couple of them got a you know what I mean? One of them got a so that was killing. I went up. I swear to God, it felt like I had been through a war. It was the most... I would have rather been tortured. I swear I would have rather been waterboarded. It was the most unbelievable thing that had ever happened to me. It was torture. I can't explain to you guys. It was the worst that ever. 20 minutes felt like 17 hours. It was just, I wanted to run, I wanted to cry. I tried every technique. I was telling old jokes like, what did the waiter say to the group of Jewish women sitting in a restaurant? Hello, is anything okay? And they were all like, you think I'd said like, get on the train. I mean, it was so unbelievable. And my college friends were like, and I was like, I feel like I'm on something. Like, this is the craziest. And I was enraged, you know what I mean? And then I got off stage, and I went backstage, and the comics, the guys were back there, and I was like, that was the worst thing. And they're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like, no one would acknowledge. I know you guys are going to get, no one would acknowledge how bad it was. They were like, whatever, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, you're nuts. That was horrific. Like, just tell me how bad it was. And then Sarah Silverman's father came back, and he's like, it was all right. And I'm like, were you there? What, is something wrong with me? Because that was, I swear, I did not get one laugh. I just heard my like the college girls going, but they might have been looking at like a website or so. I don't know what. And then my grandmother walks back. Yeah, with these 11 old fakaktas from her development. They walk in, all of them. None of them smiling at me. These women I've never met in my entire life. They were enraged. These miserable women, just one after the other, circled around me. This is what they all look like. I'm not kidding. One after the other. All the same height, with pastel colors on. With the hair, just, you know, just like this, circled around me. I thought they were gonna assault me. I swear to God. I was like, is this a gang rape? What the fuck is going on? And they're all just staring at me. And my grandmother, in front of all of, I've never loved her as much as I did at this moment. She was the only one who was being honest. She goes, that was horrible! I swear, she goes, that was the worst show I've ever seen you do. In front of my friends? That's what you do. You embarrass me like this. Screaming on the top of her. You could have turned it around. I brought them all the way from Boynton Beach. And you bomb. You bomb. It was 20 minutes. I looked at my clock. You knew what to do. We're exhausted. We paid for parking. You didn't even get me a discount. stomach. Wait till I tell your mother. Ugh, it's disgusting. I'm never bringing my friends. I gotta get out of here. I'm horrified. Horrible. And not one of them even said hello to me. They just walked. I mean, she didn't even introduce me to them. They were all like, crop dusting out of. I love you all.